All right, so I'll give you a little tour of Dauphin Island. So we just left our house, and as we leave our house, we make a left turn, and we go up just a block and a half. I mean, a few hundred yards, maybe a few thousand yards. And we take this right. So right now I'm headed west towards Mississippi, just so you can understand. But we are headed to the west side of Dauphin Island to go and take care of a friend's house, make sure it's okay. What's up, Dominic Carlucci out there? In the first video I said Victoria Hendricks. It's Veronica Hendricks. So what's up, Veronica Hendricks? Google Master, what's going on? Steve Clevenger, what's up? Mike Etter, Gulfport, what's going down? Teddy out there, what's going on? Steve Clevenger, I don't know if I just said that, Carla, but you can already see standing water on the left side of the road. But right through those trees to the left hand side, and there's a little neighborhood back there, but just as you go that way, you can see I'm driving over a canal right now, and then the bay is right there, but just off to the left through these trees is the Gulf of Mexico. So again, I'm headed west. You can see in front of me where there will be some dunes that will come up on my left, and then it'll kind of open up, and you'll get an idea of how thin or how narrow this island is. To the left, you'll see a little red schoolhouse. That is where two of my youngest children go to school. So we have 5 children: Christopher, Jonathan, Liliana, Gabriella, and Justin Jr. So we have 5. So anyway, 2 of them go to school there. Oldest one's at the Air Force Academy. So you can see the surfers are out. Yeah, about to rip it up. What's going on? I remember those days. Good luck, boys. But this is the very most southern tip of Alabama that you could possibly go on or go out on to get into the Gulf of Mexico. So we are here really at ground zero. I have blue skies in front of me, but you can see off to my south that it is definitely not blue skies. So after we pass these condominiums here on the left, it becomes just a wide open beach with houses kind of dotting of the beach. So as we get up here, I'll kind of shut it off, and then I'll start again right when we get underneath one of our friends' houses. So again, what's up, Dominic Carlucci? Appreciate the opportunity to come film at your place. So here we are. So I'm going to take a quick kind of look off to my right. That is the bay side. So those houses are sitting on the bay. Really just you call it the Gulf of Mexico, because this island is a thin strip, and on either side of it there's water, so you can see the bay out there. And then off to my left is the Gulf of Mexico. So that's how thin this is. So I'm assuming because even during a thunderstorm, this island can be flooded on the western side, and it's just about high tide as well. So this is kind of an area where if you don't live here, like on this area, you can't really even get through. As these storms progress, there'll be officers, and they work really hard, police officers, Dauphin Island personnel. They work really hard to keep people safe. Once this road is covered with water, it's very dangerous. Number one, because you don't know how deep it is. Number two, the salt water will just absolutely contaminate everything. So anyway, I'll stop it here, but you got a brief tour of how this kind of island is set up. And here's Carla here as my partner in crime as always. What's up, Carla? She always comes out with me during these storms. So anyway, here we go. I'll be at the beach in just a moment. Okay, so I just shut it off, and then I turned it back on because you can see water's already crossing the road here. You can see it funneling down the street here. So I'm not going to stay. Just absolutely coming right across the road. So you can see how tumultuous this can get relatively quickly. So it won't be very much longer where this will be impassable. So we'll try to do this video and then hunker back down on our side of the island. But I just wanted to show you guys that real quick. I do see more water coming up. Okay, everyone, I am at a really good friend of mine's house. So we are right on the Gulf of Mexico. Dominic, you're good to go. I'll be here checking on you all day long. Here's the Gulf of Mexico. Man, if I didn't have a broken arm and just ruptured my patellar tendon, I can tell you what, I would definitely be out there surfing with those guys. It's just dangerous when these poles get overcome with water. If you're surfing and you cram into one of those, that's a disastrous injury. So I hope those surfers are from here and they know where their poles and stuff are. All right, so just to my west, that's my west in that direction. I'm not sure if you can hear me, and if I'm talking loud, I'm sorry, but that is my west, so that's Mississippi. Just out there, obviously, is the Gulf of Mexico, and that direction is, say, Baldwin County, Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, Pensacola, and so forth, down into the Florida Panhandle. So again, you can see the skies to the south are very dark, very ominous clouds. Off to my north, you don't have to go that way, but off to my north, it's seemingly a fairly nice day. But as these feeder bands come in, this is going to be an absolutely electrifying day. I hope everybody's safe. We just passed through a whole bunch of water on the roads, much past here you can't get through. I just saw a tow truck go by. I just saw a tow truck go by. Is it cool?
Yes, I'm just filming where your feet are at.
Oh, sorry. So it's really hard, and you can show Dominic here under the house. So he already has some water intrusion under the house. But what we're gonna do is try to get out of here and go towards the eastern side, because you can't really get any further. There's tow trucks going to get cars out already. So you've got the lay of the land in a sense. If you want to do a 360-degree view, then you can do so. So we're going to get going to the eastern side because we will be stuck here if we don't get out of here really, really quickly. So let's head to the eastern side of the island. All right. So this is an example of how quickly the water can come up from the beach. And again, this is just starting. It's still maybe a day and a half, 2 days from making landfall. So this is high tide, and it's just beginning. But this is how quick it happens. All right, so here we move towards the east end of Dauphin Island. Right here is where traffic lines up to get on the ferry that will take, or one of two ferries that will take you across the Mobile Bay into the Gulf Shores area. So all these places you can see are starting to board up. So we got standing water on the right side. This is a boat launch here to the left-hand side, and you can see there's water all the way up into the street here. I filmed that before. A couple places where crew boats go in and out of, so whether they may just be offshore, but I'm sure they just moved the crew boats here. But all the big boats that usually stay here are gone and out, so that was a really safe move. So as we move forward, we're going to come up on the wonderful, awesome, I love to go here, is the Dauphin Island Sea Lab and a small Coast Guard base. My kids love this Sea Lab over here, and it'll be well protected, but that is up here on the left-hand side, and it's associated with the University of South Alabama, where I graduated from. Seems like just yesterday. But this is the east side of the island, and you can see the sun is still poking out. But at some point very soon, we won't see that sun anymore. So we'll see what happens in terms of rainfall. I'm predicting it starts to get really bad sometime around noon or 1. We have the news truck over here to the left, so we'll pull in kind of near them. Or actually, we'll go around to the right side, and we'll leave those guys alone. They do a great job with Fox 10 over there as well. To the right here is historic Fort Gaines, an old Civil War fort that sits here. Okay, they do have the road blocked off, so I'll jump out right here and see if we can get a little bit more knowledge for you in terms of how really small this little island is. So when I get out, you may not be able to hear me, but in that direction, you can see it is Gulf Shores, Alabama, across the bay. So the ferry goes across that, and then directly to our right is our due south. But let me get out. You may not be able to hear me, but let's take a quick look. Great job, Fox 10. Love you guys. So, here we go. Just got soaking wet on my feet. I don't see the storm trackers coming out here. You know JD's gonna come out here. Wow, check it out. Coming all the way up under this pier. I'm not gonna stay out here very long. If I fall in here, it is not gonna be a good day, and I don't think anyone's gonna come in and get me, so I gotta be damn careful here. Shit, excuse my language, sorry. Did not mean to say that. Any kids watching, I'm super sorry about that. But this is the lay of the land. You've seen the entire island now at this point. That's it. That's Gulf Shores in the distance. That's to my northeast. That's to my north. My house is about maybe a mile that way, maybe not even that far. That is my west, and then back here we go. So I'm going to get off of this. It's kind of sketchy. I just kind of feel this pier kind of buckling a bit. So I'm going to get off this thing and walk back to dry ground. I don't think that was the smartest decision in the world. I've been out there before, but not with so much water coming underneath the pier. I just got soaked on my back too. And there's Carla. Oh my God, I just got punished with water. Here's my wonderful co-patriot, my soldier in crime that always helps me out. All right, guys, I'm gonna head back to the house and go take up some plants for some other friends that are not here. What's up, Barbara Wharton and Bear Wharton? Much love to you guys. By the way, a big shout out to Carl Kramer out there. Carl, I appreciate your heads up. He had let me know that one of the graphs I was reading on my last update was incorrect. I stated that hurricane force winds were supposed to be 90 miles an hour plus. That was a probability. So thank you for that, Carl. But we are expected to get 90 mile an hour winds here. I was just talking to the weather guys to my left, and that is the prediction. But I did get it wrong there. So thank you very much for that. And thanks for sending a message. So shout out to you, Carl Kramer. Definitely appreciate your information. So just in the past few minutes, the water's already started to come into the street here on the east side. So this stuff happens really quickly. It comes on shore really quickly. And again, we are still a day and a half out from really the meat of this storm and storm surge. All right, so we're heading north now, headed back to our house. We can see on the left that that people have already started to move their cars to higher ground. That's why you see all these cars over here. But what I want to do is actually take you guys on a brief kind of tour going over the bridge that connects Dauphin Island to the coast of Alabama. So here we go, and I'll show you guys how this looks. All right, so here we are at the beginning of the bridge, and again, this is North Alabama Highway 193. So this is the bridge that connects us to mainland Alabama. So if we look to the right, there's the Bayside, and I live just behind, or just to the right of this screen. I'm headed due south, and off to my left is the Mississippi kind of waters. About maybe 10-15 miles in that direction are the Mississippi waters. So this is the bridge that connects us to the mainland. A beautiful bridge. At some point, I'm going to guess maybe late tonight, early tomorrow, they will probably close off the south side, at least from coming in this direction, of the bridge. So generally it becomes impassable. So for people's safety, they tend to shut this bridge down, or at least for people that don't live here. In other words, if they don't have any reason to be here, it's in the people that provide safety's best interest to not allow people, because if it gets too bad, they won't be able to come help anybody if stuff gets really bad. But here comes kind of the big hump, I guess you could say. Now this bridge goes over the Industrial Canal. The Industrial Canal is where barges and tugs traverse a more inland passage to bring materials much more safer than it would be to do it offshore. So we'll get up here to the top and I'll show you some views from up here. All right, so here we go, going up the top of this bridge. Once I get up to the top, I'll kind of shut it off and then get back to our house and see how high the water's getting. I'm kind of worried about my lawnmowers and stuff underneath the house, so I definitely am going to want to get those up. So we're really high up here, by the way. I don't know if this kind of view puts it into perspective of how high this bridge is, but you definitely don't want to, necessarily find yourself falling off of this bridge. That would not be a good thing at all. I remember coming across this bridge in a snowstorm, by the way. If you go to the playlists that I have for weather updates and go back, I don't know, about 2 years ago, I think, isn't that right, Carla? We were in the middle of a snowstorm right here. It was amazing, and I got it on film. It was a really fun time. I think it was December. It was before Christmas, I think. But anyway, put into comments, by the way, any mistakes that I may make, just like Carl did. You know, I definitely am not a polished meteorologist. I just really have a passion for weather. So, hey, in comments, if I do misspeak, please just give me a correction, and I'll give you a shout out as well. But put in comments where do you think the storm will make landfall? What do you think it will make landfall as? Category 1, Category 2? I'll be happy to read your comments and what you can predict maybe the storm surge will be. Please subscribe, by the way. It definitely helps out. And don't be scared to give me a like. I appreciate that too. Sorry, poor bird was kind of smacked on the road there. But we're nearing the end of this bridge. And this will be basically the mainland part of the state of Alabama. Off to my left is a very popular fishing pier. I doubt they're open. Is that a couple people on the edge of it over there? No, I don't think so. But anyway, that's Cedar Point Fishing Pier, an iconic pier here in this area. Great pier to fish on. Wonderful place, wonderful people. But this is the end of the bridge. We're going to stop here and turn around and then head back to our house. So now you see where we live and how it's kind of set up. So appreciate it, everybody. And I'll make the last part of this once I get back to the house in my backyard. So we're back at the house now, and you can see how quick the water has risen into the yard. And again, it's still a day and a half out from being, you know, at the height of the storm surge, or maybe 2 days out. But again, when I woke up early this morning, it was kind of barely coming up. But now you can see I've got literally waves breaking. Ant YMA, as Mike Etter likes to say. We were surfers growing up, and when it was flat out on Dauphin Island or wherever we would surf, we would always say, hey, if we were an ant, we could find places to surf like this. So that was our thing to kind of entertain ourselves if we were surfing and it was flat. So that would be a nice ant break. It'd be a little closed out, but nonetheless, it's a good break. But the wind's definitely picked up here. And again, I'm right on the western side of the Mobile Bay, and the wind's right in my face here, so I doubt you can hear me. One of my weather trees, the wind is still, you know, probably, I'm going to say about 28, 30 miles an hour sustained, maybe some 40 mile an hour gusts, but it's definitely blowing, and it's been steady since last night, and it's only going to get worse in terms of wind. So anyway, thank you very much, everyone. I will see you soon. What I'll do is do my next video whenever the rainfall starts, or if we get a squall that comes through. Put my weather jacket on so I'm ready. Got my arm protected that I broke, and I've got my knee protected that I ruptured my patellar tendon. So we're ready to go here. Take care, everyone. Thanks very much for watching. Please click a like, subscribe, please. It always helps out. And thank you so much for everything. And thank you for all you guys that, hey, give me corrections and involve yourselves with this. So take care.